No. This is our dear friend Wes Collins. We've spent the last week with him at the Kerrville Folk Festival, and he is one of our favorite songwriters and humans, and we could not pass up the opportunity for him to share a few songs with you. So he's gonna do that before to start the evening. So please give a warm welcome to Wes Collins.
Hey everybody, I'm Wes, and I am not as sad as the songs that I'm about to play make me. This first song I do, the first person to hear it didn't get in touch with me for like a week after, and I was like, well, what did you think of the record? And he was like, well, pregnant pause. It sure is sad. And in his defense, it is very sad. In my defense, I actually changed the lyrics to this song before I recorded it. It is very sad. It used to be poisonously sad. So I'm going to play you the very sad version, and you can hit me up after the show if you want to hear the prescription-only version. The song is called Cocoon. Take out in silverware all over the floor, and I can't get around here in my bare feet anymore. I had some ideas, I don't know where they are. They're probably rolling around in the floorboard of my car. Some people never learn how to read a room, but I kept hoping that this was a cocoon, and I was gonna turn into something better pretty soon. That ain't what happened, I guess you know. You ain't gonna crack the wall if there's no place you wanna go. Some people never learn how to read a room. It's alright in the morning, it gets dark in the afternoon. I hang on to your voicemail, I hang up at the tone. I don't wanna be a stammering voice leaking out of your phone. But if I don't tell you now, I probably never will. I'll try to get it down longhand if I can get the paper to hold still. But hear me out, the way I figure it. To get what you really want, the trick is you go for the opposite. You get what they hand you anyway, whatever you choose. You can't disappoint yourself too bad if you aim for the blues. Some people never know when they're making it awkward. From the day that we met, I owe you so many apologies you're not gonna get. But I can just about scrape together a sorry goodbye to you. I'll put it under your wiper blade, and I guess that'll have to do. Thank y'all very much. And now for a special treat, I'm going to invite Crystal and Pete up here to join me for a couple of songs. And then I want you guys to forget that happened You're gonna do Jenny and James first?
Okay.
Or which?
I'm on lookout.
Okay, let's do Lookout.
Caper.
Okay, so this next song is it kind of starts off sounding like a PSA, but I promise it's not. In fact, it gets kind of weird if you stick around. And I mean, who doesn't like weird? The song's called Lookout. 1, 2, 3, 2. Look out for the people who love you, 'cause I never knew love to be loud. And I've been squinting into faces for 70 years, and I could never pick it out of a crowd. When your eyes acclimate to the carnival noise, you can make out the pretty from the true. Then look out for the people who love you. They're looking for you too. Then look out for the people who love you. When they gesture for you to come through into a house where the floor might be a little bit sticky, but you still need to take off your shoes. Might be a diary left open to a sensitive page you can read, but don't ever let on. Look out for the people who love you, and you'll never be gone. And they give it up for nothing, and then you get to earn it. You use their hearts like a muscle. Just watch how they turn on you. And then, brother, look out for the people who love you, 'cause you gave them the keys to your life. And if you got a scar on your spirit, somebody who loved you was probably holding. It's right there in the name of the contract. It's engineered to be misunderstood. Yeah, look out for the people who love you. They can mess you up good. Yeah, look out for the people who love you, 'cause I never could. Woo! Thank y'all very much. You may be familiar with an Ordinary Elephant song called Jenny and James. I also have a song called Jenny and James, as it happens. And it's a different Jenny, it's a different James, but the music is remarkably similar.
It's weird.
Yeah, what had happened was we were together at my house, and we started this song, and we decided it was going to be called Jenny and James. It was going to have a Jenny and a James in it, and then they left, and they finished their song, and I finished my song. And the way you can tell them apart in the wild without hearing them is that theirs has an ampersand. It's Jenny ampersand James, and I'm Jenny A&D James.
So verbose.
Yes. Yeah. So here's my Jenny and James, our Jenny and James. All right, 1, 2, 1. Jenny, with your wicked laugh and your crooked grin. Every morning you come in, singing a song to your rolling pin, dusting down the biscuit dough. 7 hours on your shift to go. You wouldn't pick up on Jimmy or take any notice when he decided to change his name from Jimmy back down to James. Took it down by 1 letter and hoped you might like it better, but mostly James was scared, keeping out of your pinned up hair like a rug or a folding chair. He was always just kind of there, but he knew how to harmonize. When you shut the place down at night, he lived for you sideways, chuckle whenever he got it right. But you never picked up a phone, so he wrote you a 2-word poem for you to read when you were alone. Tore it open when you got home, and it said, "Ah, Jenny." You could read what he didn't say, couldn't make yourself feel that way. Let him down the best you could. He made a face like he understood, but he quit with the harmony then. Started going by Jimmy again. Taped his heart up along the tear, and you two had to leave it there. Once in a couple of years, in the back of your memory's here, the reedy voice you can almost hear singing, "Ah, Jenny." Woo! Oh man, so awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm going to leave you guys with one song that's very, it's appropriate for a pub. This song is kind of a Rorschach. It depends on the audience as to how this goes down. But this is my last song of the night, and my name is Wes Collins. I got stuff over there I'd love to hook you up with, or just come say hi. And if you'd like to know when I'm coming back around, there's a list, for you to put your name on. The name of this song will be abundantly clear as it goes on. You guys, you're the only ones that get me. Nobody gets me at home. I love you guys. I'll forget that in the morning, but I know it here. You're blurry, but it's clear. I love you guys. I love you guys. I'll tug on your awesome shirt and I'll say it right out loud. guys. And I'll get clean up on this bar and I'll sing it out to you when I get ready to. I love you guys. I get like this whenever I start thinking hard. Feels like I'm sinking hard. Either way, I'm blinking hard. You don't give me that look like all the others do. It's only one or two, and I get to hang with you, guys. Get like this whenever I start thinking hard. Feels like I'm shrinking hard. Couldn't be this stinking hard. I'm small and quiet till I get that third one down. And I start to look around, pick a fight and stand my ground. But I love you guys. I don't know if you can hear me. You smile and nod your head, but not at what I said. I love you guys, and I could throw mine in with anybody, anywhere. I can't tell if you care, but I love you. See y'all later. We'll have Ordinary Elephant up here in just a minute.
One minute. That was quick. Hi. Isn't Wes amazing? Hand for Wes Collins, please.
For those of y'all who don't know us, I'm Crystal. This is my husband, Pete. I know a lot of y'all do, and we're so happy that you're here. Pete and I, we met 15 years ago at an open mic night in Texas. Then we moved to Houston, and we left Houston about 10 years ago this year. And when we were here, this was a place that we would come to shows and that we would play the open mic, but it was never a place that we would play. You know, it wasn't that for us. And you know, today was nowhere in our mind, and we are just so incredibly grateful to be able to be up here and be with all of you, celebrating our new album that just came out this month. So thank you for being here. Some days I am lightning, I am crashing in, shouting out across the static. Other have said, might have changed the ending. Other days read like the first page of that favorite book I've read 100 times. Still can't wait for where it's going, 'cause the same things are holding brighter light. Shine on what's always been. Leave me too surprised to second guessing. You were a summer storm right out of nowhere. When the light hits your eyes just right, I see a relic of the rain that brought us here. Sunlight was dancing, I was lost in my head, in a crowd of everyone I've never been. And your laugh cracked a smile across the quiet. I breathe deep and grateful to be reminded of everything that has shown up when I can't find it on my own. We made sure to wear what was on the poster so you would know you're at the right show. We didn't want you to have any question. So we'll just get right into it. We'll just get deep right at the beginning. Who has had a midlife crisis? How many? Yeah, okay. All right. So I've been told, and I wanna warn you, because I've been warned, and I feel like I don't want to be the only one to know this information. You can have more than one. Apparently, that's a thing.
So we've been told.
So we've been told. Yes. I'm guessing you can also have none, because he's too laid back.
Not yet.
He's never gonna. But at the beginning of the pandemic, people started having birthdays, and I think we all, we were sad, like, oh, they're having a pandemic birthday and they can't be around anybody, and we all wondered if we were gonna have a pandemic birthday, and then we obviously all had many pandemic birthdays. But my very first one, I turned 40 in 2020, and that was weird. It was a weird time for that to happen. I'm already a pretty introspective person, and being home and, just all the things that society tells you. I know it's just a number, and it's a small number in the grand scheme of things, but it got the midlife crisis wheels turning sooner than I thought they might. But we are folk singers, and so there were no sports cars or motorcycles or boats. Yeah. We thought a song was probably the most financially responsible decision. Although we are questioning that now. The smell of coffee's lying around like confetti on the floor. Dust is falling in a sunbeam, and it looks like fake snow in that Christmas snow globe at the lighthouse that Grandma always leaves out for a month or two past Mardi Gras. Everything is a beacon, a breadcrumb leading me back to a moment bookmarked in my brain, ready to be turned to and unfolded so I can tear it out and hold it right up against what's right in front of me. Oh, 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 oh. I've been too busy comparing now to then, and too far from the end. Feel the end creeping closer, but every crumpled calendar page is more than a step forward, it's a step away. Back here it's clear, my path ain't pointing toward forever. Life has always been an arc, been toward this half-century mark, leaving behind a wake of wondering where I should have been. Every one of its waves is stacking up instead of fading, so it all keeps ringing loud into the ether. Oh, oh, oh. So I guess this is my mandatory midlife comeuppance, where I learn that time both changes and it doesn't. But I can always say there used to be more of it left, and that will always be true. And that thought keeps me up at night, tossing and turning over questions that are trying harder to get through. They used to raise their hands, wave them quiet in the dark. Now those hands are fists, sucking me in the arm, yelling tag, you're it. Between the blaring of my alarm, so every morning is a fight between doing right by the days left and planning out just how to do that. There's a line between balance and being lost and trying to find it. It's as fine as every wrinkle in this bathroom mirror. I realize we are reflections of everything that we have seen, but I believe that if we're lucky, all that we have let ourselves dream is still flickering in the dark somewhere like a worn-out film on a dollar theater movie screen. Oh, 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 Does anybody else try to productively procrastinate? Is that a, yeah. All the time. Me too. Email is a big thing for me that I will turn to because it makes you feel productive, you know? It feels like a big giant to-do list, and you can just delete things and mark them off. And I was doing just that one day when I was supposed to be working on a song for a songwriting group. And I rabbit-holed myself into reading an article. And the article was an opinion piece about death. Yeah, you know, like you do. But it was written, this is the middle of 2021, and it was written by a hospice and palliative care physician. And he was basically exploring how people's perception of death has changed, or was changing, you know, given what we were all collectively experiencing. And he touched on something in there that I loved. He said that we can think about that death is not really the end of our physical body, that we're all made up of atoms that have been here for a really long time, and they're going to go on to exist long, long past us. And in that kind of loss, you know, in that time, I found a lot of comfort in that, thinking about that we're all made of the same stuff. We're all recycled matter. And thinking about where our little carbon atoms might have been and where they might go. And it turned into this song. Let's pretend we are pigeons strutting round a Sunday bench, dancing for our dinner from an old man humming old hymns. We can be beggars, we can help pass the time, build a bridge for joy to walk upon without seeing the desire. Let's pretend we are rosary beads being rolled in wrinkled hands, or sunk deep into a stranger's skin next to the name of his first band. We can be someone's prayer, we can be a permanent scar, we can be the dust that grants the wish inside a falling star. We're in the service of a circle that ain't broken yet, and everything that is has always been and will someday be again. But ashes to atoms, we all fall from our skin. So let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are poetry, printed on a page, watching heavy eyes trace our shape as we give their weight a name. We can be a teacher, we can be a hand to hold, outlive the mind that wrote us down, forgive the words it chose. We're in the service of a circle that ain't broken yet, and everything that is always been and will someday be again. But ashes to atoms, we all fall from our skin. So let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are a promise, hanging heavy from a tongue, put out like a handshake for someone else to judge. We can be a savior or a trick up a sleeve. We can be who we say we are, who they need us to be. We're in the service of a circle that ain't broken yet. So let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Let's pretend we are a choir, sing a chorus that never ends. Well, one of the lessons that we kept being reminded of while we were home for a few years there was to not focus on where we couldn't go and what we didn't have, but to just be really grateful for what's right in front of us. And we live down a gravel road with cows for neighbors and a whole lot of nature around us. And yeah, we realize you can find a whole lot of joy in the everyday. And that, people often ask us about our name, and that's kind of it's along those lines. There is no ordinary elephant. There's no such thing. Even your everyday ordinary elephant is this really magnificent creature. And so our name is a reminder to us to just, always take a deeper look, because there may be more to something than you think. And the song is a reminder too. Fields of rye and goldenrod, waving in the wind, I give them a nod. The crows are calling, got dogs at my feet. Joy has not forgotten me. This Gravel road crackles like static in the air. Don't know the way, but I'm getting there. There's humming in my head, melody breaking free. Joy has not forgotten me. Tonight I sway to that old-time sound, in a crown of starlight and a cotton gown. I dance with the moon through the cracks in the clouds, sing my thanks for what I found. Sing my thanks for what I found. Spent the day stacking wood in the shade of the pines, cutting what fell and calling it mine. Fuel for the evening, an offering from the trees. Joy has not forgotten me. Campfire turns a song to a smile, like a totem die cut straight from time. I tell it on the prairie, I have all I need. Joy has not forgotten me. Tonight I sway to that old-time sound, in a crown of starlight and a cotton gown. I dance with the moon through the cracks in the clouds, sing my thanks for what I found. Sing my thanks for what I found. Joy has not forgotten me. Tonight I sway to that old-time sound, in a crown of starlight and a cotton gown. I dance with the moon through the cracks in the clouds, sing my thanks for what I found. Sing my thanks for what I found. Sing my thanks for what I found. I wish this were a cotton gown. It is not. It is polyester, and it is very hot. So those of you that know us, you know we have a poetry book that we put out back in 2019. And so along with this new album, we decided to do a new book. And this one is, so it's got the art on the cover. Back up, rewind. So we had an artist out in Portland, Oregon, design a poster around that last song that we just played. She took all the imagery from it and the main line, you know, Joy has not forgotten me. We made a poster and shirts and playing cards, and it's on the front of the book, and we just loved what she did. But we have all those things. But the book is, it's organized to be, it's set up to be a companion to the album. So each song on the album has a section, and it starts with the song's lyrics, and then it's got pieces that live within that song's orbit. And, so we have some special guests this evening. My parents are here, and from Louisiana. It's not like they live in town. They drove in. It's a thing. But yeah, one of the other joys of the pandemic was being, we were living on the road full time, and then we got a place right before the pandemic, about 30 minutes from where they live and from where I grew up, and that was just such a blessing to be able to be, have a little pod. And cards is something that we started doing, that we started playing. That's something that was a big part of my childhood growing up. Any gathering had cards involved, and that's something that we started again. And so this is one that lives in the joy section because it brought me joy. This one's called Parents Playing Cards, because they've continued to do this now beyond just the pandemic. And every time we go over there, they're there's evidence of that they played cards. Numbers and columns like a ledger, a homemade score sheet with handwritten headings, adding up every game played, every exchange without an argument, every smile and laugh had on easy faces, cards clapping in a two-handed shuffle, to be dealt to two players who've learned the game, how to find a softness in each other and themselves, held in hands between hearts and spades, played to win another moment of peace and easiness under a slow-turning ceiling fan. A portrait of a page they've dog-eared, keep coming back to see who wins, who keeps smiling, who remembers love when it's easy, but who's keeping score. So we're playing you a bunch of songs from the new record, but we're going to play a couple of older ones because they might rush the stage if we don't play their songs. We have a song for my mom and a song for my dad, and we're going to play them in alphabetical order, so there are no favorites by title.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Not mom and dad.
Right, no, no, by title of the song, yes.
And by their first names.
Yes, and by their first names.
2, 3.
Eggshell white, painting your hair, dirt beneath your nails, and years on the back of your hands. Some things can wash clean, and some will stick around. Blades of St. Augustine scattered across the driveway. It still feels like Sunday when I hear a Cajun band. Every chamber of my heart bears a mark of what I come from. Sometimes our world falls apart, but I guess that's what it takes to find the part that cannot break. Wooden table on a concrete slab, the fish are red and the crabs are blue. Every 5-gallon bucket carries a piece of you. Some things can wash clean, and some will stick around. Spilled beer and a deck of cards, an old bed sheet for a tablecloth. Some of those days are lost, but most I still come across. Every chamber of my heart bears a mark of what I come from. Sometimes our world falls apart, but I guess that's what it takes to find a part that cannot break. I come from hard work, I come from never giving up, I come from you. I built cities from sidewalk chalk and sailed the world in a cardboard boat. I hope I always dream that big. I put the whole damn kitchen in every pot of cold mud soup. Hope I always put everything I got into what I do. Some things can wash clean, and some will stick around. Every chamber of my heart bears the mark of what I come from. white brick. Well, this one is for my dad and his grandmother, who raised him for a good portion of his life. And yeah, she one of her favorite sayings was, "Well, my stars and garters." That was if she was surprised or excited by something. Daddy was a railroad man, raised by a woman whose life and love showed in her hands. She saw fire and death, was given less than her fair share, but never asked for more. She just thanked her stars and daughters, held close and nights and daughters. When the south wind carries home, whistle of their freight train, I can hear her speak to me, see the strength she gave and the man she made. Makes me proud to share his name. Through the fields of cane and corn, across the tracks and back again to see when we could. As a child I did not see the story behind the smile that she put in his eyes. She lived a small town life, taught him what it means to try. When the south wind carries home, whistle of their freight train, I can hear her speak to me, see the strength she gave and the man she made. Makes me proud to share his name. Summer sun, we drove back to that town where the dirt turns red and the river's brown. He stood tall and strong, full of song that she gave him for times like those. When we watched fly away, a woman of amazing grace. When the south wind carries home, whistle of their freight train, I can hear her speak to me, see the strength she gave and the man she made. Makes me proud to share his name. Share his name. Share his name. Well, some family, you're born into, and then there's other family that you get to choose. And I feel so lucky for that. I was working on a song for a songwriting group one month, and was very much reminded of how grateful I am to be able to choose members to add to your family. I do. I deal with depression, and I was in a pretty dark space and having a hard time trying to focus on the song I was working on, and I ended up just really finding myself feeling really grateful to have a partner in life that can handle that can deal with the unpredictability and just shelter me from the world and myself when needed. And I started thinking about what it feels like his actions say to me. And I ended up writing a song from his point of view to me. And then I ran it by him to make sure I wasn't putting the wrong words in his mouth.
Or the wrong chords?
Yes, that is also, there is a risk of that.
Very important. No, it checks out. Checks out. Ended up being the easiest song I ever wrote. So,
You're welcome.
should do it again sometime.
I can see what you're thinking, laying right on your face. You've never been any good playing cards. Sits there like a sidewalk, cracked and winded, leading me someplace I didn't plan to go. Like a penny, it's singing down, unable to swim. Packed full of wishes, I wish I didn't need again. I will keep throwing a line out, pull it back in, bring up a bunch of nothing, toss it out again. Some things are worth waiting for, some I can't live without. Spin without us, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Oh, oh, oh. Sun falls through the window between your eye and your ear. A temple line on the couch, prayers I can't hear. I'll send up my song to you, or be edged toward the south. Stop asking the water what it takes to drown. Oh, oh. Part question or apology, 'cause you're choked by your trying and all the parts of you can't see. Your eyes ask what it is, and mine do. I hope my heart can answer you. I will keep throwing a line out, pull it back in, bring up a bunch of nothing, toss it out again. Some things are worth waiting for, some I can't live without. Let the world spin without us, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
this next song is from Crystal's point of view. And I did not write it. Or write the chords. Or anything.
But does it check out?
It checks out.
Okay, good.
1, 2, 3.
I make you coffee every morning. You make me laugh when I'm trying not to. See me in ways I'm scared to. Love me anyway. Now this West Texas sunset is watching us walk off a hard day. But too much to do got in the way. Being who we are. It was a day best left for being left behind. But I would do it all over to stay shoulder to shoulder with you. As long as the rain turns to river in this canyon. This canyon returns my every word. I will sing it out and it goes. Anywhere the road goes, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you. We got 2 dogs apiece, bouncing balloons on the end of their leash, kicking up gold dust from the sagebrush, tails to the wind. Now there's nothing like a good dog to show you the joy in a single moment. There's nothing like a good love to make every moment worth it. So I will spend everyone left to come right where I am, shoulder to shoulder with you. As long as the rain turns to river in this canyon. This canyon returns my every word. I will sing it out and it goes. Anywhere the road goes, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you. As long as the rain turns to river in this canyon. This canyon returns my every word. I will sing it out and it goes. Anywhere the road goes, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you. I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you. I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you. I will walk with you. Pete did math wrong.
It was clock math. That's totally different.
We had written down a time whether or not we could include a song. And he said, the math is wrong. We can do it. That's what we're whispering about up here. We're not whispering about you. Although we're, man, lots of thank yous. Thank you to Dylan on sound. Thank you to Rusty and Teresa for having this beautiful, beautiful listening room. And Brian and Pam Kalanick, whose Berkeley label we are on. We love y'all. And all of you, my goodness. It's a school night, and look at this room.
I think it's
Y'all are
summer.
amazing.
It's summer.
Hey, you didn't have to tell me that.
We usually are not aware.
Yeah, we are not aware of that whether school is in or out of session. Well, you never know when what is going to help you know that a song is done. Sometimes it's just a gut feeling, and sometimes it's some external thing, and sometimes it's a tattoo. We were working on this song, and you were kind of changing some lines to try to make it feel more true, and we thought we had gotten there, and we were on tour, so we just we'll let it sit for a minute. And then we played a show at this little listening room up in Wisconsin. And this lovely gentleman named Robert came up after the show, and we were just having a conversation, and he was grateful that, for some of the things we talked about, and that, that we brought up depression, and, we just had a nice conversation. And before he walked away, he pulled up his sleeve and was like, I wanted to show you this. And it was an Audre Lorde quote that said, "Your silence will not protect you." And in that moment, I knew that the song was done. And the song is called "Say It Out Loud." I was waiting at October's end for something to change. The season laid across the countryside like marmalade on toast, left behind on an all-night diner plate, traded for going, knowing someone else is gonna clean it up. There is a mess, I probably made it. If there is a future where I can fix it, I don't hear it down the hall. Trying to reason with this demon, banging his drum in my ear, singing you can take the time between now and then, make it disappear. My thoughts are clanging like 1,000 castanets. My doubts are ringing like words I already regret. Every memory in my head spun into a single thread, tangled like Christmas lights on the floor. If I throw them out, will it matter? If I give up, will anyone notice? What if I say it out loud? Dark days of December, I'm still trying to wait. Every morning, inching closer to the evening, as I pace this floor in a blur of brevity. I am surprised at the quiet details rising up to speed. There's a TV talking across the house to a mug of moth-oak coffee I never threw out. There aren't enough books on my shelf. My eyes exactly match the petals pressed into this paper bag, left to be found by someone else. My thoughts are clanging like 1,000 castanets. My doubts are ringing like words I already regret. Every memory in my head spun into a single thread, tangled like Christmas lights on the floor. If I throw them out, will it matter? If I give up, will anyone notice? What if I say it out loud? Say it out loud. Say it out loud. have been cute. Glad that happened before I let go. Although that happened once in the middle of a song, and I caught my guitar. I did not let it fall on the ground. I'm not.
Best reflexes in the business.
Well, those of you who have seen us before, who know us from our Houston times, know that when we left Houston, we sold our house and we bought an RV, and we lived on the road full time for a while. And when we did that, we were determined to not get a storage unit, and we were technically successful. We said either we're bringing stuff along or we're getting rid of it. And then there were a few boxes that did not fit into either category. Sentimental things that we certainly didn't want to get rid of, but didn't make sense to carry along. And our parents, both of our parents, graciously agreed to hang on to a few boxes for us. And, then when we got a place again, they promptly gave them right back. But it was fun looking back through these boxes and remembering what it was that we wanted to remember when we put them together. Inside one of them was a copy of The Prophet, gifted to me many years ago by a dear friend, and hadn't read it in a while, so I was leafing through, and there was a song hiding in there for me, and I'm going to read you one more piece from the new book that goes along with this song before we play it. If I can find it. I love the lighting up here. There are some stages where it's not quite bright enough to read, and I've had to have him put his phone light or hold it way across there. I have to start bringing my readers on stage. This one is called What Would You Trade? What would you trade for quiet, for an off switch on everything vibrating within your brain, unrelenting swells that hit you like salt water, rearrange your grains of sand? What would you trade for acceptance, to be welcomed under the glaring eye of your own skepticism, to have doubt throw itself aside and land its arms around you? What would you trade for loving yourself? That may be worth the most, encompassing anything else you may bring to the table into its folds. A long gown of bone-colored chiffon, letting the light through for the first time in a long time. There's a copy of The Prophet up on the high shelf. It's taller and it's deeper than the rest of the book, so his eyes graze its spine like his lips across his left front tooth. Like anything that's always there, sometimes it's just there. Like everything that's gone, she left reminders everywhere. So nostalgia has been nagging him to pull it down again. For the first time in a long time, he does as he's asked. Pretends it's a sign when the page catches on his thumb, as if that crack in the binding wouldn't tell anyone else he's been here before. He knows these lines by
when he speaks to you. Believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams. As an old wind lays waste the garden. And for the first time in a long time, he does as he's asked.
Does anybody else talk to themselves? We do appreciate you not doing it during the show, so that's good. But I'm glad that you all do, because it makes me feel better. I certainly do in my everyday life, and I do it in song too. But this song is written to my future self. This past January made 2 years sober for me. And I started writing this song a few months into this journey. So more for you here. You can have all of it.
I see you in the distance like a dream, like a dream, like a dream. I hear you in my head like a song I'm still learning to sing. I can't get the melody quite right. Got a splitter in my palm, sawdust in my eyes, and sweat on my skin. Working with my hands keeps me out of my head, but only for a little while. Then you are back again. A vision of the version of the person I want to be when I die. I wish for us to be near enough, only a mirror could fit between. I think I can see you wishing the same thing, but you can't move any closer on your own. I guess I gotta come to you. I need a river, I need a road, I need a way. Good intentions only go so far. Can you tell me where to start?
That song is the last song on the new record. So now we're going to play you the first song on the new record. All out of order. yeah, we're gonna. This is the end of the night, and it is very sad. We love this town and we love this place, and we are just. It makes us so happy to be here and to see all of you. Yeah, we so appreciate you coming out, and yeah, where is Wes? Wes
See him.
Collins. Will you come up here, please, Wes? We're gonna get Wes to
He's
sing
in
on
trouble?
this. Come to the principal's office, Wes. Wesley, get up here.
No. You can fit right there.
I can fit right there.
All right.
There? All right. So,
Good.
yeah, we're gonna have him join us on this last song. When we play it when we're around the campfires at Kerrville and stuff, he sings harmony on it, and it sounds lovely. And so we want to do it. And if you want to sing their parts when he starts coming in, feel free to join us. This song was the first song that we wrote in 2020, and it felt so in the moment when we wrote it. But as we've come out from it, a few years, we recognize how much, as humans, when we're faced with really deep uncertainty, no matter what the cause, we all tend to turn to story, direction, and comfort, and that's what we were doing on our back porch. Thank y'all again for being here. Tell me that story again, darling. The one where we all end up alright. Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true once upon a time? I'll keeping up with the laundry. You'll keeping up with the car. I guess things aren't really changing here. Sure feels like they are. Sure feels like they are. We got good dogs, we got a good porch. Got eyes to see you, we've got a good view. Got ears to hear, and we are listening. The truth is not something we can choose. The truth is not something we can choose. Tell me that story again, darling. The one where we all end up alright. Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true? Tell
Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Wasn't it true once upon a time?